We are going to see the application structure of the Codeigniter. After installation of Codeigniter, if you go to the XAMPP server and open the htdocs folder, inside Codeigniter will reside. By double clicking the Codeigniter folder, you can able to see this application structure. So we need to understand the application structure, because whatever the change we can made into the application is only possible if you know the internal structure of the application. So for that purpose, we need to understand what are the important folders which are very much helpful in developing the application by using Codeigniter. If you observe carefully, so the app and system and public, writable, tests, and there is a other folder called docs, which we are not used here, and these are the important folders which plays a crucial role in developing the application using CI. And if you observe carefully, in this app directory, it simply tells that all the code which I have developed will reside inside the app folder. This is a default directory structure which can be useful to store the important things. So let us see what are the important contents will reside inside the app. If you double click the app folder, you can able to see these important folders. So if there are 10 folders are there which plays a crucial role. If you see the config folder, it's the main role of the config folder is to store the configuration files. And when coming to the controller, this simply determines the program flow. This controller takes the responsibility of the program flow. And next, database stores the important data migrations and some of the seeded files. All those information will store in the database. And coming to the stores, there is filters folder. This filters folder stores all the filter classes that run before and after the controller. And here helpers folders is there which store all the help, some help related informations. And the language folder, which is very much helpful when we are dealing with multiple languages. So at the time, it will give the support how to handle the multiple languages. And when coming to the libraries, so we all know very much about the libraries. It will store the important informations which helpful to use the reusability capability in our CI. And next, models. It works with the database to represent our business entities. And coming to the third-party libraries, so if we want to introduce or implement any third-party things, so this library, the third-party library folders will be useful in our application. And finally, views, which makes the display of our HTML content to the client. So these are the important folders which reside in our app folder. Next, coming to the next one is system. This is a very much important folder which is useful for our framework. So, and we need to note one important thing, that we should never change the name of the system, because all the framework related informations, all the configuration things, all the important things are stored in the system folder, right? And here in this app folder, we can change the names. Suppose if you want to change the controller, we can change the name of the controller, but we need to change the paths in our routing section. So we will see later. And we need to understand this system. In the system, all the files in the directory will live under one namespace that is called Codeigniter. And now coming to the public, this public will act as a web root of your site. So whatever the request first sent by the client, this folder will act as a center point. This is the first controller. So that's why we call it as a web root. So it will store all the information like CSS, JavaScript, images, everything will be reside inside the public. And this, if you want to use any new things, or if you want to upload any new uh, things of code, so this writable folder will plays a crucial role. And coming to the tests folder, this directory will be useful only in a local environment. So to perform some kind of testing, it will hold some various mock classes and other utilities that can be used while writing your tests. That's why we never move this test folder into our production servers. And these are the basic important information regarding our application structure. So if we know clearly about this structure, so that we can do what are the changes that needs in our application, right? Thanks for watching. That's all for now.